Are you an investor looking for premium market opportunities? Presenting premium and exclusive service for investors by Kalkine.
Good morning and welcome to the ASX at Breakfast. I'm Rachel, live from Kalkine Studios in Sydney. Now, the Australian share market is poised to shed its Friday's gains after a dismal finish to the week on Wall Street. That's after investors awaited a potential 50 basis point rate hike by the US Federal Reserve later this week. Fed policymakers are expected to raise rates by 50 basis points this Wednesday at their last meeting of the year to a range of 4.25% to 4.5%, which would mark a slower pace of rate increases. Now, back home, according to the latest SPI futures, the ASX 200 will open 35 points lower. That's 0.45% lower today. On Friday, the benchmark index ended 0.5% higher at 7,213 points. Now, looking to some business news from this morning now, and Westpac has ended takeover discussions with Tyro Payments after undertaking due diligence on the company. This morning, Tyro confirms that following extensive discussions with the parties and careful consideration by the board, with assistance from its external advisors, the board has determined that the company will end all current discussions in relation to a possible change of control transaction, as those discussions have not resulted in a proposal that the board believes fairly values Tyro. On the 18th of October, Westpac announced it was in preliminary discussions with Tyro Payments to acquire 100% of the company's issued share capital. Now, appointment of Pendal Directors to the Perpetual board back in August. Perpetual announced that as part of its proposed acquisition of the Pendal Group, up to 3 Pendal directors would be invited to join the Perpetual board. Perpetual has now invited Pendal independent non-executive directors Christopher Jones, Catherine Matthews and Ben Heap to join the board of the combined group. These appointments would only become effective on the completion of the Pendal acquisition and completion of formalities required of new directors joining a board, and they expect their start dates to be in late January 2023. And Rio Tinto is looking at the acquisition of Turquoise Hill, and they have received shareholder support. So Rio Tinto received the required support from Turquoise Hill Resources shareholders for its proposed acquisition of approximately 49% of the issued and outstanding shares of Turquoise Hill that it does not currently own. Given the transaction is being conducted by way of a Canadian plan of arrangement, it remains subject to the final approval of the Supreme Court of Yukon, with a hearing scheduled for the 14th of December. This will allow Rio to progress the Oyu Tolgoi project in partnership with the government of Mongolia, with a simpler and more effective governance and ownership structure. Well, now it's time for a short break, but stay tuned for more news set to affect your trading day.
If you're looking to keep abreast of the biggest stories from the crypto world, the fate of exchanges and crypto hedge funds during the ongoing bear market, and you're wanting to keep up to date with the best and worst performers in the altcoin space and that of flagship currencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, then Kalkine Media's Daily Crypto Catch is absolutely essential viewing for you. Tune in each afternoon right here on Kalkine Media to get the latest scoop from Anchor to Zero Coin.
And welcome back to the ASX at Breakfast Report. Now, over in the US on Wall Street, the Dow Jones fell 0.9%, the S&P 500 dropped 0.7%, and the Nasdaq also ended 0.7% lower. In Europe, the Stoxx 50 rose 0.5%, the FTSE was up 0.1%, and the CAC was up 0.5%, with the DAX ending 0.7% higher. Now, in addition to the Fed, the European Central Bank and the Bank of England are also set to announce rate hikes this week. Oil prices rose, but both benchmarks were set for a weekly loss as worries over a weak economic outlook in China, Europe and the US weighed on oil demand. WTI crude futures fell 44 cents to settle at $71.02 a barrel. Brent crude settled down 5 cents at $76.10. Gold prices rose despite an uptick in the dollar and Treasury yields as some investors still expect the Fed will slow the pace of rate hikes from early next year. US gold futures settled 0.5% higher at $1,810 an ounce. Well, that's all for our ASX at Breakfast report this morning here at Kalkine TV. Have a great day trading and stay tuned for more market updates and economic news live throughout the day. I'm Rachel, signing off for now.